Chapter 48. And it came to pass after these things that Joseph was told, Behold, your father is sick. And he took with him his two sons, Manasseh and Ephraim. And they informed Jacob and said to him, Behold, your son Joseph has come to you. And Israel strengthened himself and sat up on the bed. 3. And Jacob said to Joseph, God Almighty appeared to me at Luz in the land of Canaan and blessed me. 4. And he said to me, Behold, I'll bless you and multiply you, and I'll make you a multitude of peoples, and I will give you this, this land to your descendants after you for an everlasting possession. 5. And now your two sons, Ephraim and Manasseh, who were born to you in the land of Egypt, before I came to you into the land of Egypt, are mine. As Reuben and Simeon, they shall be mine. 6. But the children that you begot after them shall be yours, and shall be called after the name of their brothers, when they come into their inheritance. 7. As for me, when I was coming from Padan Aram, Rachel died at my side in the land of Canaan, on the way, within the distance of 3 or 4 miles from the entrance of Ephrath. I buried her there on the road at Ephrath. The same is Bethlehem. And when Israel saw Joseph's sons, he said to him, Who are these? 9. And Joseph said to his father, They are my sons, whom God has given me in this place. And he said, Bring them near, and I will bless them. 10. Now the eyes of Israel were dim because of age, so that he could not see well. And Joseph brought them near to him, and he kissed them and embraced them. 11. And Israel said to Joseph, I had not thought to see your face, and lo, God has shown me your children also. 63, page 63. Jacob blesses his children. 12. And Joseph removed them from before his knees, and they bowed themselves before the ground, with their faces to the ground. 13. Then Joseph took both of his sons, Ephraim in his right hand, and Manasseh, and towards Ephraim in his right hand toward Israel's left hand, and Manasseh in his left hand toward Israel's right hand, and brought them near to him. 14. And Israel stretched out his right hand and laid it upon Ephraim's head. Who was the younger? And his left hand upon Manasseh's head. He changed the position of his hands wittingly, even though Manasseh was the firstborn. 1. He wittingly, or he departed from custom. 15. And Jacob blessed Joseph his son, saying, The God before whom my fathers Abraham and Isaac walked righteously, the God who has supplied my needs from my youth to this day. 16. The angel who has delivered me from all evil, bless the lads, and let them bear my name, and the sons and the names of my fathers Abraham and Isaac, and let them grow and multiply in the midst of the earth. 17. And when Joseph saw that his father laid his right hand upon the head of Ephraim, it displeased him, and he held up his father's hand to remove it from Manasseh's head, from Ephraim's head to Manasseh's head. 18. And Joseph said to his father, Not so, my father, for this is the firstborn. Put your right hand upon his head. 19. But his father refused and said, I know it, my son, I know it. He shall also become a people, and he shall be great, but his younger brother shall be greater than he, and his descendants shall become a multitude of peoples. 20. And he blessed them that day, saying, By you shall Israel bless, and they shall say, May God make you as Ephraim and as Manasseh. And thus he set Ephraim before Manasseh. 21. Then Israel said to Joseph, Behold, I am dying, but God shall be with you, and bring you again to the land of your fathers. 22. Moreover, I have given to you one portion of the land more than your brothers, which I took from the land of the Amorites with my sword and my bow. Chapter 49. Then Jacob called his sons and said to them, Gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days too. Gather yourselves together and listen, O sons of Jacob, and hearken to Israel your father. 3. Reuben, you are my firstborn, my might, and the beginning of my strength, and the excellency of my dignity, and the excellency of my power. 4. You went astray like water, you shall not excel, because you went up to your father's bed. Truly, you have defiled my bed by going up into it. 5. Simeon and Levi, brothers, instruments of anger, are in their nature. 6. I never agreed to their counsels, nor did I allow myself to sit in their assembly. For in their anger they slew men, and in their rage they destroyed a town wall. 7. Cursed be their anger. For it is raging, and their wrath, for it is fierce. I will divide them in Jacob, and scatter them in Israel. 8. Judah, your brothers shall praise you. Your hand shall be on the neck of your enemies. Your father's sons shall bow down before you. 9. And Judah is the lion's whelp. From the prey, my son, you are gone up. He stooped down, he crouched as a lion, and as the young lion, who shall rouse him up? 10. The scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet, until the coming of the one to whom the scepter belongs, the Messiah, Jesus, to whom the Gentiles shall look forward. 11. He shall tie up his foal to the vine, and his ass's colt to a branch. And he shall bleach his garments with wine, and his robe with the juices of the grape. 12. His eyes shall be radiant with wine, and his teeth white with milk. 1. An Aramaic idiom meaning abundance of wine and milk. 13. Zebulun shall dwell at the shore of the seas, and he shall be a haven for ships, and his borders shall extend as far as Zidon. 14. Issachar is a mighty man, couching by the highways. 15. And he saw that his dwelling place was good, and his land fertile, and he bowed his shoulder to servitude, and became a servant to tribute. 16. Dan shall judge his people as if the tribes of Israel were one. 17. Dan shall be a serpent by the way, an adder in the path, that bites the horse's heel and causes its rider to fall backward. 18. I have waited for thy salvation, O Lord. 19. Gad shall go out to raid, and shall pursue at the heels of his enemies. 20. As for Asher, his land is good, and he shall supply kings with food. 21. Naphtali is a swift messenger. He gives goodly words. 22. Joseph is a disciplined son, an educated son, a fruitful bough, by a spring whose branches run over the wall. 23. A company of men quarreled with him, and being in great numbers envied him. 24. But in strength he bent his bow, and his arms were made strong by the hands of the mighty one of Jacob, the name of the shepherd, the strength of Israel. 25. May the God of your father help you, and the Almighty bless you with the blessings of heaven above, blessings of the deep beneath, blessings of the breasts, and blessings of the womb. Oh, Jacob dies, okay. 26. The blessings of your father have prevailed above the blessings of my forebears to the utmost bound of the everlasting hills. There shall be on the head of Joseph, on the crown of the head of him who is the prince of his brothers. 27. Benjamin is the plundering wolf. In the morning he shall devour the prey, and in the evening he shall divide the spoil. 28. All these are the 12 tribes of Israel, and this is what their father Jacob said to them. He addressed them, then he blessed them according to his blessing. He blessed every one of them. 29. Then their father blessed them and charged them and said to them, I am to be gathered to my people. Bury me with my fathers in the cave that is in the land of Ephron the Hittite. 30. In the cave which is in the field of Ephron the Hittite, in the double cave which is in the field before Mamre, in the land of Canaan, the land which Abraham bought from Ephron the Hittite as a possession for a burial ground. 31. There they buried Abraham and Sarah his wife, and they buried Isaac and Rebekah his wife, and there I buried Leah. 32. The field and the cave which is in it were purchased from the children of Heth. 33. And when Jacob had finished charging his sons, he stretched his feet on the bed and grew weak and died and was gathered to his people. Chapter 50. And Joseph fell upon his father's face and wept over him and kissed him. 2. Then Joseph commanded his servants, the physicians, to embalm his father, and the physicians embalmed Israel. 3. And 40 days were fulfilled for him, for so are fulfilled the days of those who are embalmed. And the Egyptians mourned for him 70 days. 4. And when the days of the mourning were past, Joseph spoke to the household of Pharaoh, saying, If now I have found mercy in your eyes, speak in the presence of Pharaoh, saying, 5. My father made me swear, saying, Behold, I am dying in my grave which I bought for myself in the land of Canaan. There you shall bury me. Now therefore let me go up and bury my father, and I will come back again. Joseph comforts his brothers. 6. And Pharaoh said, Go up and bury your father according to as he made you swear. 7. So Joseph went up to bury his father, and with him went up all the servants of Pharaoh, the elders of his household, and all the elders of the land of Egypt. 8. And all the household of Joseph, his brothers, and his father's household, only their little ones, their flocks and their herds, they left in the land of Goshen. 9. And there went up with him both chariots and horsemen, and it was a very great company. 10. And they came to the threshing floor at Atah, which is beyond the Jordan, and there they mourned with a great and very sore lamentation. And Joseph made a mourning for his father 7 days. 11. And when the inhabitants of the land, the Canaanites, saw the mourning at the threshing floor of Atah, they said, This is a grievous mourning to the Egyptians. Therefore the name of it is called Ab-el-Mizrin, which is beyond the Jordan. 12. And his sons did to Jacob just as he had commanded them. 13. For they carried him into the land of Canaan and buried him in the double cave, which is in the field, which Abraham purchased with the field for a possession, for a burial ground from Ephron the Hittite, before Mamre. 14. And Joseph returned to Egypt, he and his brothers, and all went up with him to bury his father after he had buried his father. 15. And when Joseph's brothers saw that their father was dead, they were afraid, saying, It may be Joseph will harm us, and perhaps he will requite us all the evil which we did to him. 16. So they came to Joseph and said to him, Your father did command before he died, saying, 17. Thus you shall say to Joseph, Forgive, we pray you now, the trespass of your brothers and their sins, for they did evil to you, and now forgive the trespass of your servants of the God of your father. And Joseph wept when they spoke to him. 18. And when his brothers also went and fell down before him, and they said, Behold, we are your servants. 19. But Joseph said to them, Fear not, for I am a servant of God. 20. But as for you, you thought evil against me, but God meant it for good, to do as he has done this day, to save many lives. 21. Now therefore do not be afraid, I'll provide for you and for your little ones. And he comforted them and spoke kindly to them. 22. And Joseph went to dwell in Egypt. And Joseph dwelt in Egypt, he and all his father's house. And Joseph lived 110 years. 23. And Joseph saw Ephraim's children, of the third generation, the children also of Machir, the son of Manasseh, were brought up upon Joseph's knees. 24. And Joseph said to his brothers, I am dying, and God will surely remember you, and bring you up out of this land to the land which he swore to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob. 25. And Joseph took an oath of the children of Israel, saying, God will surely remember you, and you shall carry up my bones from here with you. 26. So Joseph died being 110 years old, and they embalmed him and put him in a coffin in Egypt.